Isang magandang Sabado po ng umaga sa ating lahat at ako po ay nagpapasalamat sa ating Panginoon at nagising po tayo muli sa isang umagang puno ng pag-asa. At dalangin ko na sa umagang ito ay tayo po ay nasa malusog na pangangatawan at pag-iisip. Welcome po sa 11:43 DZMR para sa ating programang Usapang Pangkalusugan. At muli ako po si Dr. Jennifer Gatiwan, your program host sa araw na to. At samahan niyo po ako sa loob ng kalahating oras at pag-usapan natin ang isang napapanahong usapin. Ang pag-uusapan po natin sa araw na to ay tungkol po sa kalusugan ng ating balat. Dahil po tuwing second week of November is National Skin Disease Detection and Prevention Week. This law was established by Proclamation number 110 by then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo to promote adequate skin care and self-awareness when it comes to taking care of our body. Dahil kasama po sa ating kalusugan, ang kalusugan ng ating balat. At sa araw na to, pag-uusapan natin, of course, ang awareness sa ating balat, dahil ang ating balat displays a significant or important role in our body. Being the body's outermost layer, itong pinaka nakikita, di ba, sa ating katawan. Our skin exposed to harmful elements tulad ng mga bacteria, insects, and friction sa paligid natin, no? Even sa mga damit na isinusuot natin. And the skin is considered the body's largest organ. So, being an organ, it plays several roles aside from protecting, no? It acts as a shield from harmful chemicals tulad ng damaging mga ultraviolet rays sa sunlight, lalo na sa tanghaling tapat. So, skin can also alert us if there are some health problems in our body tulad ng mga allergies or infection. This can present as rashes, no? Or may mga systemic problems tulad ng mga lupus na pwedeng may mga rashes din sa ating mukha. Pag may sakit sa atay, nag-iiba ang kulay ng ating balat, no? Naninilaw. At kung ikaw ay anemic, namumusyaw, akala mo ikaw ay maputi, yung pala wala ka ng dugo. And sometimes there are even kinds of cancer that presents with skin manifestation na like sa breast cancer, no? Nakikita nagkakaroon ng mga parang orange peel na characteristic sa breast. So doon nakikita kung may mga problema. And there's also saying that beauty is skin deep. No matter how you perceive a person, ang una po talaga natin tinitignan is how a person looks. So this is why looking good is a big factor in boosting a person's confidence. And looking good starts with a healthy skin. Kaya napakasikat ngayon ng mga skincare products on how to take care of our skin. So, sa araw na to, pag-uusapan natin, no? Best tips for skincare. At the same time, ano yung most common skin disorder na talagang nagpapababa ng ating self-confidence. Ito po yung acne or pimple. So, yun po ang ating pag-uusapan sa araw na to. But before that, let's start talking about the human skin, ang ating balat. To understand our skin, no, it is important to identify first yung layers ng ating balat. So, ang ating balat daw po ay divided into 3 major layers. The outermost, ito yung tinatawag nating epidermis, which is mainly responsible for producing new skin cells and shedding the older ones. So, dito yung nagpapalit. Sa ilalim ng epidermis, meron tayong tinatawag na dermis. Dito po ang mga blood vessels, mga ugat-ugat natin, doon nagtatravel yung dugo. At nandito yung sebaceous gland. Etong sebaceous gland, ito yung important part ng dermis dahil this gland produce sebum o yan yung oil which plays an important function as keeping our skin moisturized. So, siya yung natural moisturizer sa ating balat, yung sebum na naproproduce ng sebaceous gland. At the same time, ito yung talagang part ng barrier. It prevents the entry of harmful bacteria for further penetrating the deeper layers of our skin. So, nahaharang dito. Dito din nagkakaroon ng problema dahil pag meron daw tayong tinatawag na overproduction of sebum, which could lead to oily skin that will cause acne or pimple. Kung minsan naman, nagkakaroon daw ng clogging or pagbabara sa sebaceous gland. At pag nagkaroon ng pagbara doon, syempre, it produce sebum, nagkakaroon ng mga blackheads or whiteheads na pag ito ay na-infect, it will cause pimples or the cystic acne. So, doon layer na yun sa dermis. Now, to the deepest layer of the skin, ito yung tinatawag nating subcutaneous layer. This is composed of fat and the hair follicles. This is responsible for keeping our body warm. So, dito yung pinaka-insulator ng ating katawan. At the same time, it protects us from serious injury tulad ng mga fall or trauma dahil yung fat, yun yung nag-protect sa pag ikaw ay nauntog, yun. So, mayroon siyang cushion. Yun ang, kaya may mga fat cells doon. So, identifying our skin type and what your skin needs is the first step to building an effective skin care routine. So, doon, para malaman natin. Okay? So, in general, there are 4 skin types, namely normal skin. This skin types is characterized by healthy skin. People with normal skin types have relatively blemish-free skin. So, ito yung bihira silang magka-pimple dahil hindi sila oily, hindi rin sila dry. So, bihirang ma-infect. Yung other extremes are the oily and the dry skin. So, umpisa natin doon sa dry. When the skin does not produce enough sebum, the skin on the face, arms, and other parts of the body, yung skin daw is dull and rough, magaspang. Dry skin can cause the sebaceous gland to produce too much sebum and can also lead to acne kasi nasa-sense ng sebaceous gland. Kulang ng oil, so magpo-produce siya pero kulang pa din. On the other extreme, oily skin. A person with oily skin can have pores that are very visible. Kitang-kita daw yung pores or appear to have shiny skin, makintab dahil nga oily because of the excess sebum production. And this can make the skin more prone to blemishes tulad ng acne and comedones o yung mga blackheads and the whiteheads. Meron naman daw taong combination. Part of the skin is dry and part of the skin is oily. If a person is in the oily part, ito yung nasa kanyang noo, ilong at baba o yung T-zone, letter T. Yung dry areas niya, yun doon sa mga pisngi. Ayan, so depende, pwedeng magkaroon ng pimple doon sa oily part. Ayan. So, what are the basics in skincare? Okay, so ito yung mga do's and don'ts. So, it may seem intimidating na gayahin natin yung mga usong 10-step routine na nakikita natin sa social media, lalo na sa mga Korean beauty products. Pero technically, hindi naman natin daw kailangan natin. Hindi naman daw natin kailangan yung 10 steps na yon to have a healthy skin. No? Paminsan nga daw, less is actually more. So, ano dapat nating alamin in order to have proper skin care? Okay? So, sometimes there are only 3 steps na pinakakailangan natin. No? Remember to cleanse, apply toner, and moisturize. Yun lang naman daw ang basic na kailangan natin. Umaga o gabi. Okay? Other than that, pag tayo daw ay gumagamit ng mga bagong produkto, before we do it as a routine, importante daw to perform a patch test. Ito yung process na i-apply mo muna yon in one area of your skin, pwedeng sa kamay mo, to make sure na hindi ka mai-irritate. Okay, so i-apply mo muna yon sa small part of your skin. Other than that, read the ingredients list to make sure na suitable yun sa iyong balat. Check yung mga bagay na dapat wala tulad ng mga pabango, alcohol, menthol na harmful sa balat. Ito dapat daw natin ginagamit lalo na sa ating lugar na napakainit. Sunscreen or mga sunblock because damage from the sun can irritate our skin at lalong mapapabilis ang skin aging. No? Magkakaroon ka ng wrinkles even in your 20s. So it is important to always use sunscreen no matter what your skin type is. And the best tip for skincare and cleansing usually involve the use of sunscreen talaga. It's always sunscreen, 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 sabi ng mga friend nating dermatologists. Avoid over-exfoliation, yung mga scrubs, no? Na nakikita natin parang it's so tempting na madalas tayong gumamit ng scrubs para matanggal yung mga blackheads or whiteheads. Pero sometimes daw, if we overuse that, it can do more harm than good. Sa umpisa, parang soft siya dahil natanggal yung mga whitehead or blackhead. Pero it can cause micro tears, mga pagkapunit sa ating balat, no? Or mga abrasion. So, better ask your dermatologist sa paggamit ng exfoliators. Ayan. So, skincare for dry skin. Ayan, nasabi natin kanina, there are 4 types of skin, no? Yung combination, oily, dry, and the normal. Sa dry skin, no, the best tip for dry skin is applying lotion after shower. Yan, moisturize after showering when your skin is still slightly damp. This will help prevent the skin from losing any more moisture. Additionally, the skin better absorbs lotions or even serums pag ito daw pa ay medyo mamasa-masa pa. Ayan. And read the lotion labels. Use moisturizers that contains humectants tulad daw po ng hyaluronic acid or ceramide. Dahil etong mga ingredients na to, they will attract moisture from the environment to further hydrate our skin. So, tandaan natin yung word na hyaluronic acid or ceramides. These are good for dry skin conditions dahil it absorbs moisture. Huwag daw tayong gumagamit ng mga scented lotion because this can further irritate the skin sa mga dry skin. Now, let's go to those people with oily skin. Nasabi natin kanina, no? Dahil pag oily, very prone to sa pimple. So, usually isipin natin, ay hindi na ako gagamit ng moisturizer dahil oily yung balat ko. Pero sabi dito sa ating source, no? Do not skip moisturizer. So, even if your skin produces excess oil or sebum, no, that doesn't mean that it is hydrated. So, importante pa rin daw na gagamit tayo ng moisturizing as part of our skincare routine. And take note, no, that when the skin is not well hydrated, it will produce more sebum or oil to compensate for the dehydration. So, hindi maganda. And because of that, pwede nga mag-cause ng pimple. Pero anong klaseng moisturizer ang gagamitin natin for those with oily skin? Do not use an oil-based moisturizer kasi hindi siya compatible sa balat natin na oily na. No? Kasi ako mismo po, I have an oily skin. So, ang gagamitin daw natin na moisturizer is water-based moisturizer. So, check the label if the moisturizer that you are using is oil-based or water-based. So, pag dry skin ka, use an oil-based moisturizer. Pag oily skin ka, use a water-based moisturizer. Now, nasabi natin kanina, no? Cleanse, toner, and then moisturize. So, pick the right cleansers. For those with oily skin, cleansers that contain salicylic or benzoyl peroxide will help lessen the sebum production. And this can also treat acne or other blemishes. Pero pag it dry out your skin too much, it can be beneficial to use a cleanser mga around once or twice a week lang, not every day. Okay? And the rest of the week, use a gentle cleanser. Yon. So, para hindi naman sobrang mag-dry out. Ngayon, sa mga taong oily skin, maganda meron kang tinatawag nating blotting paper. yung pag ikaw ay nasa labas at hindi ka agad makapag-wash off, ayan, use a blotting paper. May nabibili to sa mga grocery and even drugstore na non-comedogenic. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya nakaka-cause ng pagbara ng pores and fragrance-free. So, natatanggal niya yung excess oil to prevent acne formation. Now, let's talk about acne. Speaking of acne, kanina pa natin sinasabi. What causes acne and what factors that will further aggravate the skin condition called acne? So, most of us, no, lalo na sa mga teenagers, dinadaanan talaga itong skin problem na ito. At isa to sa mga ah, pinagkakakitaan ng ating mga beauty product market, no? So, acne is a skin condition where sebum or an excess oil substance in the skin combines with dead skin cells and bacteria, no? So, nagpo-form na, no? Na magkakaroon siya ng clogging ng ating pores. A closed clogged pore that results in a small bump on your skin is called whitehead, while a dark open clogged pore is called blackhead. So, pwedeng white, pwedeng black. Sometimes pores open to make way for the bacteria, the dead skin, and the oil inside the surface of the skin, and this is when pimples starts to develop. So doon nag-uumpisa sa whitehead or blackheads. Occasionally, acne that opens up very deep in the skin can cause nodules to become infected. Nagmumukhang parang pigsa na. These infected cysts and lumps are bigger than pimples and can become very painful due to swelling or inflammation. Yan yung tinatawag nating cystic acne. Yan, masasakit yan. In some instances, acne heals slowly and naturally, but in other cases, it worsens and dumadami pa. And it can cause emotional distress, no? Lalo na sa mga teenagers, and leave scars on the skin and even emotional scars. Early treatment can help reduce the risk of this skin condition. So, dapat malaman natin ano ba yung mga bagay-bagay na pwedeng mag-cause ng acne. Some people believe that hormonal changes are the only cause of acne, but there are other factors to consider. Okay, number one is environment. Pollution and weather change can affect the development of acne. So we are every day exposed to dirt and grease that can clog our pores. So pwedeng magbara, no? And produce acne and pimples. Lalo na sa bansa natin na mainit, no? Very humid. Tapos maalikabok. This plays a part in the development of acne as heat and humidity increase the production of the oil glands in the skin. Sa malalamig na bansa naman, like US or kunyari sa Baguio, no, acne can still develop dahil naman daw sa dehydration. So, importante that we keep our body well hydrated then to prevent breakouts of this acne. Now, hormonal changes, one of the major cause. Ito ay nagpipik during puberty, adolescence. So, nagpipik ang ating estrogen production, testosterone production, no, which is part of our development to become, from children to become adult. So, sa kababaihan, acne breakout starts upon the menstruation, pag nag-start na itong mag-menses. And because of that, yun na, nag-acne formation. Sa mga kalalakihan, no, testosterone, increased level of that can also cause breakout. Genetics, lahi-lahi. Acne can be hereditary. So if your parents are acne prone, there is a high chance that you will also experience this. So, malas na lang talaga kung namana mo. The severity of the condition may vary if a parent may have the genes that produce acne, while other parents have a strong inflammatory response from bacteria. Pag isang parent lang ang acne prone, syempre, less chance of developing acne. Pero kung both parents mo are acne prone, nako, mag-invest ka na ng iyong pangpaderma. Ayan. Skin type, nasabi natin kanina, no? Both skin, like oily and dry skin, can produce acne. Pero mas prone daw ang mga taong may oily skin because of the excess oil production. So, better, ito na yung mas magandang magpakonsulta for the best skincare products. Allergies. Allergies do not cause acne per se. However, acne is caused by dealing with allergic reactions. Since our body is fighting off allergies, our skin tends to produce small bumps, which may cause an acne breakout. So, technically, yung, yung inflammation reaction ng katawan natin sa allergy, pwedeng mag-cause din daw ng acne breakout. Eto ngayon, sa kapanahunan ng ang daming mga cosmetic products that even young people na nung panahon namin, bihira pang mag-makeup ang mga 12, 13, 14, pero ngayon, nagme-makeup na. So, cosmetic products can clog the pores and can cause acne. So, wearing too much makeup can aggravate the breakout of acne. So, maganda na, better wag masyadong nagpuput ng cosmetic product. Okay? Or kung ikaw man ay naglalagay, make sure that the cosmetic product that you are using is appropriate for your skin types. Okay? Now, there are such conditions, skin conditions na that could worsen acne tulad ng mga rosacea and keratosis. Ang rosacea isa siyang chronic inflammatory skin disorder that causes acne and pimples, hindi lang sa ating mukha, pero sa katawan din, no? It is more common in women than men at usually develop at a later age. Acne, rosacea ang tawag doon kasi red na red siya or pink. Meron naman tinatawag nating keratosis pilaris because of the build-up of too much keratin sa balat na para siyang itsura niya mukhang acne or mga skin bumps na sobrang gaspang parang sandpaper. No? These are other skin conditions that can be mistaken as pimples or acne. So the key takeaway for skin health and acne is the most common skin disorder in people or in all ages, bata man o matanda. But it usually manifests in teenagers who are going through hormonal changes. And factors that trigger acne breakouts include environment, weather, skin types, skin conditions, genes, and allergic reactions. However, some skin conditions tulad ng rosacea and keratosis pilaris are often mistaken as acne. And acne can be treated and prevented by skincare routines or medical assistance. So taking care of our skin is a big part of taking care of our body. However, skincare doesn't have to be complicated. So for best result, see your dermatologist. As we end, no, tulad nga po ng ibang parte ng ating katawan, our skin is also part of our body that we should take good care of. And sa 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 19 to 20 it says that, do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you were bought with a price. So glorify God in your body. So our skin was given to us not just for protection but also for aesthetic or beauty reason. So let's honor God, our Creator, with modesty sa ating pananamit, no? Sa ating mga isinusuot. Okay? So ayusin natin ang ating pangangalaga sa ating balat. So that's it po for today sa ating usapang pangkalusugan. Nawa sa kalahating oras ay may idulot po tayong mahalagang impormasyon tungkol po sa ating paksa sa araw na to. Aking dalangin ay mamuhay tayo ng malusog sa katawan at sa kaisipan. Muli abangan niyo po ako sa susunod na Sabado para po sa ating programang Usapang Pangkalusugan. Dito lamang po sa 1143 DZMR, a proud member of KBP. Ating tandaan, ang ating kalusugan ay kayamanang di mapapantayan. Happy weekend po sa ating lahat!